Welcome to Exam Sale. In the next 5 minutes I will walk you through the official syllabus for the ServiceNow Certified Implementation Specialist in Service Mapping so you know what to study and how to prioritize your time. Overview of the exam and domain weights. Service mapping patterns is 35%, service mapping configuration 20%, discovery configuration 15%, event management configuration 10%, service mapping user interface 10%, and service mapping process flow 10%. Each domain lists focus areas, difficulty, estimated learning time, and assessment type so you can plan study sessions and hands-on practice accordingly. Service mapping patterns is 35% of the exam, rated hard with about 30 hours of study and assessed through hands-on and conceptual tasks. You will learn advanced pattern development including pattern designer fundamentals such as application and infrastructure pattern types, the pattern designer interface, identification and connectivity sections, and the pattern execution sequence. Expect to master shared libraries, pattern variables, temporary storage, and advanced parsing techniques like delimited, regular expression, and key value parsing. You will also practice executing system commands over WMI, SSH, and SNMP, querying databases, parsing configuration files, and debugging patterns with the step-through debugger and pre- and post-execution scripts. Service mapping configuration accounts for 20%, is medium difficulty with about 18 hours of study and scenario-based assessment. This domain teaches mapping setup and entry point management including defining HTTP, TCP, generic, and Citrix entry point types, configuring service mapping system properties, and integrating external credential stores. You will configure traffic-based discovery, inclusion rules, bulk entry point imports via CSV, and define CI relationships and reconciliation rules. Error handling and refinement topics cover analyzing mapping errors, using the fix functionality in the service map, setting thresholds and connection limits, managing boundaries and hostless entry points, and reviewing and approving mapping lifecycle changes. Discovery configuration is 15%, medium difficulty with approximately 14 hours of study and a mix of conceptual and scenario-based assessment. You will learn mid-server architecture including installation, sizing, hardware requirements, clustering for load balancing and failover, IP range definition, discovery schedules, credential management, port probes, and troubleshooting mid-server connectivity. The classifiers and horizontal logic section covers classification, identification and exploration phases, creating device and process classifiers, implementing IR rules, managing fingerprints and SNMP-OIDs, and mapping horizontal discovery results into service mapping workflows. Event management configuration makes up 10% of the exam, is medium difficulty with about 10 hours of study and scenario-based assessment. This domain covers integrating monitoring data into service maps so alerts affect impact calculations. You will configure event rules and transform maps, define alert management rules for automated remediation, and set up event connectors and listeners. You will also learn alert correlation and grouping rules and how severity and impact propagation affect technical and business service impact trees for accurate incident prioritization. Service mapping user interface is 10%, rated easy with roughly 6 hours of study and a mix of conceptual and scenario assessments. This area focuses on visualization, reporting, and dashboards so you can interpret service health quickly. You will practice navigating the service mapping dashboard, switch between business service and technical service views, apply filters and timeline adjustments, and use the view map and impact perspectives. The syllabus also covers exporting maps to PDF or external formats and personalizing map views and settings for different stakeholders. Service mapping process flow is 10%, easy difficulty with about 6 hours of study and conceptual plus scenario-based assessment. You will learn implementation methodologies and governance for a reliable life cycle, including planning and scoping service definitions and the service mapping phases of setup, map, fix, and review. Expect to study operational governance, maintenance schedules, monitoring the service mapping process health, configuring service ownership and change management integration, and best practices for post-implementation map validation and ongoing maintenance. To conclude, follow the domain weights and estimated study hours to build a practical plan that balances hands-on pattern work with configuration, discovery, event integration, UI skills, and governance. Aim for focused practice on patterns and debugging first, then allocate time for configuration and mid-server concepts, and finish with event management, UI, and process flow review before the exam.